And Charles, isn't it interesting to hear the residents actually looking forward to the message that Raila Odinga is going to be speaking to them about, compared to the politics of, this is Uhuru Kenyatta's home turf, that they still want to hear what more he has to say about what he can offer them?
Well, Betty, I think one thing we need to realize about Raila Odinga is that he has consistently advocated for the rights of the downtrodden. And as a reformer, there is a message that Raila Odinga has which resonates across the country to everybody. And Raila Odinga, if you realize, first of all, the strategy that he's using is very strategic, that he's not going to do a rally.
Yes.
Because there are some risks associated with doing a rally in terms of probably being heckled,
yes,
management, mobilization challenges, and therefore knowing that they are in Kiambu, the home turf of President Uhuru Kenyatta, the strategy will be just snake through, do whistle stops, and then go. But the important thing is that Kiambu is not an homogeneous county. It is very cosmopolitan. There is a lot of presence of Kenyans from across the country, which then shows why even in the last election, Raila Odinga got around 60,000 votes in Kiambu, the home turf of Uhuru Kenyatta. So this strategy of just going around trying to see what is the message that resonates in this place, and then as they announce to the people, trying to mobilize them, that is the message that is going out. So Raila Odinga is a spectacle to the people, and I assure you that when he'll be there, the stadiums or the stops that he shall be making, there shall be mammoth people, crowds, the ones they call mammoth crowds. They shall be there, wanting to see him.
Wanting to see him.
Of course, because he's an attractive politician. People want to hear what he has. But importantly, it's because there is a message, as I said earlier, that resonates with everybody, which when he goes to Kiambu, he'll be very guarded. Do not expect Raila Odinga to go head-on to, at least at President Uhuru Kenyatta. The message he'll try to do is probably a message of uplift. Targeting the people in terms of what shall I be able to do to your needs, as opposed to Uhuru Kenyatta has not done this, the usual back and forth.
Strategic messaging. Yes. All right, Jesse, before we go on another break, he mentioned that, he's doing it differently. He's not calling out for a big rally because, certain things might happen. But he says that, he's going to be snaking through the county. Does that have an impact on the number of votes? Will he be able to attract a few votes here and there when people listen to him, as he snakes through the county, like Charles mentioned?
I think the whole essence of campaign is to reach to the people you want to hear you. And there are also challenges of having one major rally in that the people from far and large cannot reach there. So going and making stop is you are taking your message to the people. And that is, I think, the strategy they have adapted, which also, I think, given that this is to some extent a hostile environment for him, this is the president's stronghold, you won't want to open up yourself for the heckling and all that in a major rally, but then you want to go and address the people's concern to where they are, which I think it's a good thing moving forward as a country, in that we are going to some extent, end the narrative of segmenting the country, that this is our stronghold, and in the long run trying to hype the political intolerance. So if he can go and campaign in the president's backyard, and the president actually should go also to say and campaign in Bondo, then at least we move forward as a country.
All right. Yeah. Interesting. All right. You want to add something?
There's just one thing I wanted to say, that it's a good thing that you see across our country, there is a good reception of leaders across the political divide. When you saw, and I wanted to add that the strategy that the top NASA and Jubilee are employing this time round is to ring fence on their strongholds, and then you go for nuisance value, if nothing else, just to distract your opponent, to go to his area, to make some inroads, and then just create that perception. You see right now, Kalonzo Musyoka is firefighting in Machakos, and Ukambani and Makueni in Kitui, since just trying to undo what has been done. William Ruto was in Bungoma, Western Kenya. You'll see soon, by the time they're done with Kiambu, they may be forced to go back to Bungoma and just try to cover up, to firefight what has been done. So it's a strategy of just trying to ring fence your stronghold, and then just go and distract them a bit so that they go back there. That's what I think the strategy they're using.
Interesting. Yeah. All right, so we'll take a break right now. We're coming back and we'll be taking a look at the numbers, how Kiambu voted, how the residents there voted in the last elections. And also we'll be trying to get to Jeff Kirui. He's following the Jubilee campaign trail in Machakos. All right, so that's coming up after this short break. Don't go away.
This is KTN News.